Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am a color junkie. So today we're gonna do something a little different in terms of the format of this video. Well, I have my book here, Fragile World. I wish to color an illustration from this, and I also have something here that I would like to try for the first time, and I'm gonna do it here on camera. Now, in my last video, I showed you these soft pastels, and I also indicated that I had a problem with backgrounds. So I have this page that I want to do. It's this page I want to do. At the same time, I was trying to figure out how to do the background. So I got this grand idea that I would use my soft pastels. So let us get into it, and I'm gonna show you this new technique I saw on YouTube. So I'm gonna put this book to one side for now, and let us see how best to have this pastel transferred to my illustration. So here's my handy art knife, and I'm just scraping a bit of chalk. Oops, oh no, I'm calling it chalk. It's a soft pastel. It reminds me of chalk. Probably it's the same thing anyway. Yes, I'm just scraping a bit from it. Not a lot. Alright, I think that's adequate. This might not be sufficient to do what I'd like to do, but let us start with this. Alright, so let me just clean off the blade with this cotton piece. Cover this blade. And let me make some space. So I'm removing these items from my workspace. And alright, so here is our illustration. And I need to get a page. Alright, so I need to put a leaf under this to prevent any imprinting. And getting my eraser, notice that there are some smudges on this page. I don't know how this gum eraser works, but let us see if it makes a difference. It makes a little difference. I'm just trying to get a very clean surface. Oopsie. Just trying to get this surface clean. And so I'll be using a cotton swab and the cotton to transfer the pastel to the surface of this page. Let us see how it works. Let us see how it works. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Not bad so far. Not bad so far. So my intention is to do the background first. So, okay, that's not looking bad, is it? I want the background to have this airy feel and look. And of course, if any of the pastel gets over onto other parts of the image that I wish to be a different color, I can just use this eraser to just clean it up. And that works well. I think it's quite effective that way. All right, how does that look to you? Looks good? I'm pretty impressed. I was not expecting it to turn out like this, but I am pretty impressed. So let's see. Please forgive me for all that noise. My neighbor seems to be doing some rearranging. Yeah. So I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna finish up and come back so you can see what the finished background looks like. Guys, I had a casualty. I was brushing the residue from the page and accidentally knocked this off, so everything went on the ground. Oh boy. But I recovered and I was able to do the smaller spaces and alright, what is it I'm trying to say? So I did the background and I was able to get into the crevices with the cotton swab, of course. So the larger spaces I intend to use cotton. Now the background is not looking very uniform and I'm okay with that. Probably what I will do is I will see if I can get a more refined look with a piece of cotton. I could use my stumps, my blending stumps, but I don't know if I want to. I could try that though. I think I'm gonna try that first and see how it turns out. But at this point, I'm pretty pleased with the outcome. I really wanted a powdery look, a soft background, and I like how this looks. So I'm not complaining. Yeah, I decided to just go over it with the tissue. And I mean, it's not as smooth or refined as I would like it to be, but I'm not complaining. This works. This works. All right, so I just need to go in and clean the areas that I do not want to have any blue. So let me try and do that. I'm just trying to find this sharpener. Okay. So here's my sharpener. And I hope this eraser does not break on me, because I have a tendency to do that. So let me just go into these places and remove the blue. Well, I kind of makes the work a little harder, but guess that's the price you pay, because it wasn't hard to do the background. with the pastels, so I'm not complaining too much. And the eraser removes most of the pastel. Anyway, so it's not a big deal. It's art, so everything doesn't have to be perfect. I'm trying to remove as much of the glue as I possibly can. So when I color with the intended shade, I get the color I want. Yeah? This is gonna be black, so I don't have to worry too much about the bees legs. It's just that I wanted to put a soft color on the flowers, the petals. So I just need to get rid of some of this blue. Let's see. So usually when I take on an illustration, I usually have a neo-soul in the background and just vibing. Probably have a drink with me as well. So I'm not playing any music now because of copyright issues. So I'm just doing this so that I can record and post this video in peace. This eraser is very handy. Really handy. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. This works for me now. This is fine. So let me try and cover the other areas, and I'm gonna use a cotton to do the larger spaces, and I'm thinking I might introduce some white just to get a little bit more uniformity with the blue here. But let's see. Well, that is the background. I think I'm finished with it. I added a little pink. I don't know if this is some pink dust about the place, but I added some pink so that the page wouldn't look too bland. I don't know if you're seeing that in the video, but yes, I did add some pink. And yeah, I think I'm okay with this. It's not 100, but it can work. I'll work with this for now. I'll work with this for now. I like it. This was a very easy and lazy way of doing the background. Yeah, but you have to try and find a fix, especially when time can be a challenge. Alrighty, so that's that. Okay, so let us tackle the bee. So I chose these colors for the bee. I have black. I am not certain about the black just yet, but I'm gonna try it and see how it looks. So I have black, smoky gray, and this is light gray for the bee's legs, and for areas on the bee that should be black. And I have cadmium yellow, autumn gold, and light yellow for the sections of the bee that should be yellow. All right. And of course, these pencils are from the Soucolour set of pencils I have here. When I did the swatch chart and I first tested the Soucolour pencils, what I noticed is the point had this funny little shape. That is how they come in the kit. And I don't know why they don't sharpen it to a very sharp point, but I do that with my sharp now. So let us get to it. Let me not hold you up any longer, and I'm gonna try with this black pencil. Oh, sorry, no. Usually what I like to start with a lighter color first, and the reason I do that is to build up the color. So I really don't know if I need to build up the color when I'm going to be using black, but let us start with this light gray on the legs and see where it takes us. Yeah, the television is on in the background. I usually like that little sound. I hope my camera is not picking it up too much. All right, so really and truly, when you are coloring with your pencil, you're supposed to be coloring in a circular motion. If you color in a straight line, sometimes depending on how hard you press on the pencil, you will see streaks. And to avoid getting these long straight line streaks, it's best that you color in a circular motion like this. But of course, we tend to color like this when we are rushing. Well, when I'm rushing, I know I do that from time to time. So I'm trying my best to use circular motions when I'm coloring. All right. Alrighty, so I am back, and I'm just gonna do one leg so you can see what I'm doing. Once I'm finished with this leg, I'm gonna move to another section of the bee with the yellow. So I just want to give you an idea of how I approach an illustration. All right, so this is a one leg, and this is the smoky gray that I'm going to use now. Now the smoky gray, I haven't fully decided where I'm going to put it, but let's try here. Let's try here. Another thing, you see when you're blending these pencils, you have to be very careful of the thickness of the layer that you start with. One of the reasons why I'm careful about the thickness of the layer is because I'm really not into the whole for wax blooming, or the wax bloom. I really wax blooming. I'm not into the wax bloom. It's frustrating for me, and I think it affects how the next color you're adding lays on the paper. So essentially, when you are blending, you are putting layers of wax on top of layers of wax, so you're not laying the color on the paper itself, if that makes sense. So you're really coloring on top of wax. So usually I try to limit my blending colors, if that makes sense. Alright, so here's a black. Alright, one of the things that I like with the black, when I put the black on another pencil, is that it minimizes the intensity of the black. Because if I were to lay the black on the bare paper, based on what I have seen, is that the intensity of the black is a lot more. But when you are layering the black on top of another color, another layer of wax, you find that the intensity of the black is not as pronounced, which is what's happening now. And the reason I like this is because when Kerby Rosanes did this illustration, you notice that he used a fine liner pens to create the hair. Now, when I put this black on top of wax, especially when the wax is of a lighter color, we can still see that definition created by the fine liner pens. So looking at the illustration, you can see the texture of the hairs. Hope that making sense to you. All right. Now, I did this leg, but a section of the leg, not quite finished. And I'm gonna have to do a little bit more blending because I don't like how this area looks. But I'm going to continue with the black hair on this leg. Let's continue with it. And I'm just gonna make it a little bit more intense on this little section of the leg. Okay. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. I will go in and just fix this up. I'll probably add another layer of another color just to fix this blending here. And we'll just continue like that. Good. I mean, this is not the final thing, but once you do this, you know, this is really a start for you. And then once you look at the bigger picture now, you can decide what other tweaks you need to make for it to look the way you want it to look. You don't want it to look like anybody else's work, you really want it to look like your work. All right, so let me just jump to the section now that I'm going to color yellow. All right, so I'm gonna start with this lighter color, which is the light yellow. I'm gonna put it here. It's really, really light. You can barely see it. But like I said before, usually I start with the lighter color so I can build up the color. Usually when I am going to blend the colors, I'm not an expert really. I really am nowhere near being an expert, but I'm just going by what I've observed. I start with the lighter color first. Usually the lighter color is from the same family of colors. I find that the blending or the finished product looks better that way. And so I start with a light yellow. This is not pale yellow. I do have pale yellow in the Soucolour, but I'm not using a pale yellow because I think it's a little bit too pale. So I'm starting with the light yellow, and I want to end this with the, this shouldn't be autumn gold. I didn't choose autumn gold. I'm gonna have to change that because I don't recall choosing autumn gold. But anyway, cadmium yellow is what I want to put here. Let us see, the cadmium yellow looks green on the pencil itself, but on paper it is yellow. It is yellow. As a child I had a problem saying yellow. I used to say lello. Not yellow, but lello. Alright, so let me just try and use these circular strokes, or this circular way of coloring, so we don't have these streaky finish. And I may go in, you know, and just do something different here It just depends on how it looks as I continue coloring. Right, so I just wanted to give you an idea of what the process looks like for me, and I hope that you get a glimpse of how my mind works. But like I said, I'm a beginner, yeah. This will change over time as I get more experience. Okay, yeah, I think I'm okay with this for now. Okay, so I'm gonna try to finish up the body of the bee, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm almost finished with the body of the bee. I'm just doing the wing now. Just want to finish up the wings, and then I'll be finished with this video. So I'm just putting on the base coat on the wing in the second video. I don't know what's happening here. Where's the eraser? Certain what is happening here. There's having something is happening here. I'm not certain what it is. Something is happening here which I don't like. I don't know if it's interacting with the pastel. So this is a light gray. This is a light gray. So let me just finish up. Usually I like to color with a sharp point, but the lead in this is very soft. So I just go with this blunt point for now. Alright, so let me finish up. Ooh. There's a little pastel here. Yeah. Some here as well. So I'm just finishing this up for this video, and we will continue the wings in part 2. I haven't fully decided how I'm gonna color the wings just yet, but I'm starting with this base layer of light gray. I think I may put a black on it. That's all I can tell you now. I've not fully decided how to approach it, but let us see how that goes, right? Alright, so this is it so far. So we did the background with blue and a pink pastel. I'll have to check the back of the box for the correct names of the colors. And I did the body of the bee, or main attraction, in light gray initially, smoky gray, then black, and of course the areas with yellow. I started off with a light yellow and went on to use cadmium yellow and the autumn gold. I just worked with the autumn gold. I couldn't bother to go back to the set to search for another color to replace it. Yeah, but I didn't want to use this initially, but what can I say? Okay, so that's it guys for this video, and I'll be back with part 2. Part 2, I should be finishing up the wings and working on the other bees, and of course the flowers, and then we can call it a day. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Stay colorful, peace and love always, and please remember to like, share and subscribe.